everybody, welcome to my channel. It's called According to Ciara. This is my very first video, and this is a new channel that I've started as a North Carolina real estate agent here in Charlotte, North Carolina. The reason why I started this channel, I just wanted to share my experience with everybody. I recently quit my job, and I literally quit it like literally last weekend. So this is my very first video, and I'm super excited to share all of my journey and experiences with you guys throughout my real estate career. This is going to be my first full year as a full-time real estate agent, and I'm super excited. A little background about what this channel is going to be about. It's just going to be about my journey throughout my real estate career to try to be successful and help as many people as I can to buy homes and help them throughout the process. Secondly, it's going to be kind of like a lifestyle video. So things like how to make friends in a new city, which is what we're going to talk about today, how to network as a real estate agent. So different topics and different things that I want to share with you guys because I love networking with people. I love talking to people. I have social groups that I'm a part of that I organize myself, and I'm excited for all you guys to be here. So let's get started because I hate long intros. So how to make friends in a new city, right? So we all been there. Either we have gone to a new city for college, or we've moved to a new city for a job, or we had to move to a new city because our family moved, our husband moved, or your significant other, whoever, and you're in this new city and you are outgoing, or maybe you're a little introverted and you want to meet people, but you kind of don't know what to do, right? So I've experienced that. When I first moved here 8 years ago to Charlotte, I never really had to make friends, either because it was through school or through work. So when I moved here, I didn't have school, I had a job, and yeah, I connected with some of those people, but they're younger than me. And so the reason why I felt so lost is because I just didn't have a tribe. So I'm gonna help you guys out, and I'm gonna tell you how you can make friends. And so number one, let's get started. So number one is meetup groups. Meetup groups, Facebook groups, professional groups. These are going to be key for you to make friends. And the reason why I say it's key is because these people are already in the mode of trying to make friends themselves. So people don't just join professional networking groups just to go to events and say they're a part of them. They actually go because they want to make friends, and they want to network, and they want to help other people network and, you know, try to build some type of ground that way. Meetup groups, I would say, which is the Meetup app, and I'll just put these things around here somewhere, but that's how I actually made friends myself, is through Meetup. I actually joined a lot of Meetup groups that I was a part of. And if you don't know what Meetup is, it's an app, or you can find it online, where you actually, kind of like Facebook groups, where you sign into the app and you make a profile. You pick your preferences about what you like, whether it be, you know, bicycling, or, you know, brunching with girlfriends, like any type of thing that you like. You can actually sign up for those type of things, and it will send you different groups that fit that criteria, what you're looking for. So that's one way I actually made friends. I joined groups that were just strictly female oriented groups because I wanted to make some female friends, and I was able to meet 3 or 4 friends, and we're still friends today. I joined those groups probably about 5 or 6 years ago, so it's been a while, and I'm still friends with many of those girls that I actually made friends with. A second way to follow up on that is you can actually create your own meetup, which is what I did. I created my own meetup group because I wanted to establish a type of group where you can make friends with men and women, and I didn't really see that. They were mostly like dating and, you know, stuff like that, and I didn't want to be a part of that. So I created a meetup group myself, and I was the organizer. The reason why being the organizer is really good if you want to make friends is because you're going to be the go-to person for them to make friends. So when you organize a group, or you organize an event for that other people can come to, you're the main person that meets those people. So you get to meet them first, right? You get to introduce yourself, you get to show them around to other people so they can make connections, and then it builds that bond that they have with you, and they feel comfortable coming to you for different things, and you can ask them to host different things for you too. And I started a meetup group back in 2017. And the group is still around. Like, we're all still friends. We all still hang out. We're on Meetup, excuse me, not Meetup, but Group Meet. And it's just been like very influential. I think I said that wrong. It's been very influential. Yeah, I learned I'll mess up a lot of words. Anyway, it's been very important that I was the organizer of the group because I wanted to create a space where people could actually make friends, make connections, and network. I didn't want a dating group or nothing like that, but I just wanted to make sure that people didn't feel the way I felt when I first moved to Charlotte and didn't have any like core friends that I could hang out with. So that's number one. That was kind of long, you know, explanation, but and one more thing, professional groups like the Urban League or engineer groups if you're an engineer, teacher networking groups, whatever groups that you're a part of that's career oriented or professional oriented, those are really popular too because you already got something in common. You can talk about work, you can talk about other things, y'all can network and, you know, help other people that way too. So I just want to add that. Secondly, my second list would be sports groups and or sports leagues and the gym. And I put those two together because sports, you know, you physically move your body and you're working out and, you know, whatever you're doing. So sports leagues are important. They're a great way to meet people, similar to Meetup groups. You can actually find sports groups on Meetup. That's actually how I found the sports group that I was a part of. It was a kickball league, and I met people that way, which in turn actually joined my Meetup, and I actually became friends with them that way. So sports leagues, if you're not really that athletic, do something like kickball. Kickball, you just kick it and you run. Like, you don't have to put, I mean, you do gotta run, so you gotta put forth some type of energy, but it's not like basketball or it's not like tennis where you actually have to, you know, have a real type of skill. There is art to kicking a ball, which I didn't know. You have to kick it a certain way, or you can, you know, F up your feet, your toes, which, or if you run and you just are not that great of a runner, you can fall, which happened to my sister, and it was not good. So sports leagues, so that's number two. And number three, I'm looking at my list because I don't want to forget, but number three is get a pet. And the reason why I say that is, and I don't mean like a cat because you can't really walk cats, but a dog, right? So everybody loves pets, especially cute little dogs, because they run around, they're full of energy, and they love you till they die and, you know, whatever. But dogs need to be walked, right? So if you go to a dog park or you walk your dog outside around the community that you live in, the neighborhood, other people are probably walking their dogs too. And if they're not walking their dog, they're probably gonna say, oh my God, I love your dog so much. Let me pet her, let me pet him. You know, what kind of dog is this? What's his name? And then that's a way for you to actually meet people and to be able to, you know, bridge that gap without having to start a conversation with like some kind of random stranger that's just walking on the street like, hey, how you doing? Like, sometimes that's a little bit, you know, awkward. Some people do it and they're good at it. I have a friend, he just meets people and then walking down the street, but he also has a dog. So I think that's how he actually meets people too. So if you already have a dog, great. I'm not saying buy a dog to make friends, but what I'm saying is if you already have one, that is a tool to be able to connect with somebody if they have a dog, or if, you know, they come up to you and say, like, your dog. I know I keep looking up now. All right, and then number four, I would say, is bond with your coworkers. Hopefully you have some coworkers that you can find some common ground with, and, you know, whether they be older or younger, they probably know other people that they can connect you with, and, you know, you'll be able to make friends that way. Sometimes you may be in a situation where, like, you're the oldest in your job, or you're the youngest, you can't, or maybe your ethnicity is different, I don't know, many different things. But if you can try to bond with your coworkers and go out to lunch with them, or go to happy hour with them, or if they invite you somewhere, you know, go, that can lead to you meeting other people, especially if they've been working for that company for a while. They probably have established a life there, and that's a great way to make friends. So people don't sometimes always want to make friends with their coworkers, but if you can find one or two people that you can actually connect with and bond with, I think it'll be a good way for you to make friends, right? So bond with your coworkers. I've done it. It's been tremendously a big help. I have two best friends that I met through work, and all of us are not at that insurance company no more, and we're still friends to this day. So bond with your coworkers. And then number 5, your neighbors, right? You know, today's society, I'm not that old, but I feel like I'm old enough. Like before, when you were younger, you would, you know, back in the day, I guess, you know, if you were friendly, you would connect with your neighbors. Now, even, and I do this, I don't really, I may smile and say hi, but I don't connect with my neighbors. So the tip I have for that is, when you see your neighbor that's across the way, or your neighbor that is next to you on the other side, if you live in an apartment or whatever, or if you live in a house, actually take the time and put forth the effort to say hello to your neighbors and introduce yourself. Not only will you probably make friends, but that's a good way to have your neighbor look out for you, you know, when you go out of town, or if you need a dog sitter, if you have that pet, maybe they'll watch the dog for you. You can look out for them when they go out and get your mail, whatever the situation is. But ultimately, I would say hello to your neighbors and ask them, how long have you lived here? How, you know, how has the community been treating you? Where is the best place I can go to get Chinese food or Korean food or sushi, whatever? Like, those are things that will help you like bridge that area to be able to make a connection and have a conversation. So I would say, if you want to, you know, you don't have to follow all of these, but that's one that I would recommend too. And then number 5, I would say compliments. Compliments go a long way in any situation, especially if you want to make a connection and start talking to somebody. You know, when a guy says, oh, you're beautiful, like, oh my God, you're so amazing, like, can I buy you a drink? That's their way of getting to know you so they can try to get your number, right? You can flip that and make that and turn into something where you can try to get somebody's number for a friendship. It's the same thing. You're picking up people to actually become friends. So it's the same concept. You know, a lot of men, like, they can't be scared when they're trying to talk to a woman. You have to say something, and they'll compliment you typically, and then they'll ask you, you know, if you want a drink. So to not come across like you're trying to pick somebody up for like a date, like, I would say, if you see another woman walking by, and it got to be genuine too. Like, if you really don't like her shoes, don't say you don't like her. Don't say you like her shoes and you really don't. I don't, you know, my advice is to just, everything that I'm saying, come across as genuine, come from a genuine place, because you genuinely do want to make friends. So if I see a girl, a woman, you know, not a girl, but a woman that is, you know, at a kickback that I'm at, or at a party that I'm at, and she seemed interesting or cool, or maybe she got some cute shoes on, and I'm just simply complimenting her, I would say, oh my God, I like your shoes. Like, where'd you get them? And she'll say, oh, I got them from, I don't know, Pretty Little Things. I don't know. And I'll be like, oh, okay, like, that's awesome. Are you from here? Like, are you from Charlotte? Yeah, I'm from here. Or I moved here 2 years ago, whatever. And you continue on the conversation, because typically, you know, if she's friendly, she's gonna ask you where you're from, right? And then you ask them, what do you do for a living? You know, just start conversation in an organic way. That way you're complimenting them to let their guard down. And especially, you know, I'm from New York, so if you just looking at me, and I'm from upstate New York, Rochester. So if you just looking at me, and I don't know why you're looking at me, I'm gonna be like, why is the girl looking at me? But if the girl says, oh my God, I like your hair, or I love your, you know, coral top, I'm like, oh, thank you, I got this from Amazon, right? You know, so I'm gonna respond. Typically I respond anyway, and I'm gonna tell them where I got it from, or she'll ask me where'd you get it from, and I'll tell her, which leads to conversation. Okay, so so number 7 is just say yes as often as you can. And when I say yes, when you do actually get a chance to meet someone and y'all exchange phone numbers, and they ask you to go somewhere, even if you kind of don't feel like it, try to say yes in the beginning, not all the time, because, you know, you don't always want to be that person who's like, oh, I can just call Ciara because I know she's gonna come and I don't got nobody else to go with. No, I want, you know, in the beginning, I typically will say yes a couple times, 2 to 3 times, so I can try to bond with that person. But if you genuinely can't go, maybe you're like really tired, you just got work, or you got something, you gotta wake up early the next day, or it doesn't fit your budget, which is the most important thing, because when you start making all these friends, they want to invite you places, and, you know, they want to go to brunch, they want to go to this party, they want to go to this kickback. All that costs money, because you gotta look good and you gotta pay for the stuff. So if it don't fit in your budget, just be honest. Like, hey, Susie, yeah, I would love to go to brunch with you, but I can't until next weekend because, you know, it's not in my budget. Or if you don't even want to explain, don't explain. Just say I can't go, but I could definitely hit you up next weekend if you want to go. So I would say often, say yes often as you can, okay? And that's pretty much it. I mean, these are just a few ways that you can make friends. They worked for me, and I have a lot of close friends, and I have some associates, and I have some networking, you know, associates. Like, there's different groups of what people fit into, right? Not everybody, I'm not gonna hang out with everyone, but you know, this person may be part of a social networking, no, excuse me, professional networking group that I'm in, and we meet up to talk about our goals as far as business. Or this group of friends, I know I'm gonna have a good time with them. So sorry guys, my camera storage went out, but to end the video, that's pretty much it. I think these tips are like really good to, geez, sorry guys. I'll get better as far as editing, but I think these tips are really good, and I think that if you follow them, if you are genuine about it, and people love your energy, they will want to be around you, and it won't be so hard to make friends because they'll tell their other people like, hey, I just met Ciara, she's really cool, like you should come hang out with us, and you'll be able to meet other people and be able to network and be able to just experience a good new city and a good life. So if you have any tips, let me know. I'm new to this, so I'm gonna try to post as often as I can, which is gonna be once a week, and it'll be every Wednesday. So I'm gonna try to stick to that schedule and see how that turns out. If I can get better at this, I will post more, and let me know what you think. You can comment or like and or share, and I appreciate everyone watching this videos for as long as you did. And again, my name is Ciara Wilson, and I'm a North Carolina real estate agent here in Charlotte, North Carolina. If you see me out, just say, hey, what's up? I'll say hi to you. You know, whatever. I just enjoy making content. I like posting on my Instagram, and I love people. I love to help them throughout the process of buying, and that's it. So thanks guys. Bye.